AOC thought the spotlight was hers.
I ask you to think about the last time a person has said in this country that the government does too much for them.
During a House hearing, Alexandria argued for bigger government and higher spending until Chip Roy stepped in, cut through the talking points, and dismantled her entire narrative within minutes.
My colleagues on the other side of the aisle want more government. They want more taxes. They want more spending.
And today, we're covering it all. By the way, we just launched this channel, and we'll focus solely on debate. So if you believe that truth isn't partisan, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump right into it.
This debt ceiling debate really is about is the fact that they have run up a bill, Republicans have run up a bill that they now do not want to pay. They have run up this bill with extremely excessive military spending. They have run up this bill with extraordinary tax cuts for the wealthiest people in this country. And now when it comes down to time to pay for this bill, they do not want to pay it. And not only that, but they are accusing Democrats of saying we spend too much. For anyone that wants to entertain that thought, I ask you to think about the last time a person has said in this country that the government does too much for them, that their Social Security check was too high, that teachers are paid too much. When was the last time anyone has heard or seen that?
Almost time's expired.
Thank you.
For context, this House debate took place in May 2023, when we were facing a looming default had Congress not raised the debt ceiling. And while AOC would like you to believe that the massive spending was because of Trump's 2017 tax cuts, the reality sits elsewhere. You see, just a year before this debate, Democrats had already passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which included tax hikes, and ironically was a contributing factor to the high inflation under Biden. But even beyond that, AOC's broader argument missed the point. No matter how much the government spends, there will always be demands for more. You can see this clearly in Europe, where massive portions of national budgets go towards welfare systems that never seem to be enough. Taxes rise, government grows, and the cycle continues. Bigger government becomes the default answer to every problem. Obviously, Chip Roy wouldn't let that slide, and he dismantled AOC's arguments with these simple facts.
My friend from New York, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez, said, quote, I ask you, think about the last time a person has said in this country that the government does too much for them. When was the last time anyone has heard or seen that? I'll say it. I'll say it right here. I don't want the government doing most of the things that the government is doing to interfere with the ability of the American people to carry out their lives. Federal, state, and local. When was the last time you had a bureaucrat show up and you said, oh joy, thank you, I'm really glad there's a bureaucrat here? When was the last time you were thankful for $32 trillion in debt, $100,000 almost for every man, woman, and child in America? Anybody thankful for $32 trillion in debt?
Exactly. Ronald Reagan did nail it when he said, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Democrats keep missing that point. Every new regulation they push seeps deeper into everyday life until nothing works without permission slips. And common sense just leaves the room. California's SB 253 is the best example of it. This piece of legislation forces every company with more than $1 billion in annual revenue that do business in the state to report their carbon emissions. Those that could be direct or indirect, like company vehicles, energy purchases, and even emissions through the use of their products. It gets even more absurd because non-compliance can result in penalties of up to $500,000 per year. Just think about that. Who in their right mind would want to conduct business in such a not-so-friendly setting?
Anybody thankful for a border that's wide open being exploited by cartels while fentanyl comes in and kills our children? Everybody thankful for that Department of Homeland Security that doesn't actually secure the homeland? Everybody thankful for an FBI that went after Scott Smith and labeled him a domestic terrorist for daring to defend his daughter in a school board meeting because she was assaulted in a bathroom? Anybody thankful for the IRS knocking on your door, auditing the poor and the minorities 3 to 5 times more? People thankful for that? Are you thankful for the EPA or the Department of Interior that sent a man to prison because he had some ponds on his ranch in Montana? We have a government that is weaponized against the American people and is undermining our liberties, and they want more of it. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle want more government. They want more taxes. They want more spending. They want more bureaucrats knocking on your door.
He's absolutely right. And we have endless examples from Biden's presidency. For instance, in 2023, the ATF tried to ban millions of legally purchased guns with a new pistol brace rule. Luckily, the appeals court partially blocked it. And how could we forget the way the previous administration pressured social media companies into taking down posts or accounts that they didn't agree with? In fact, Zuckerberg, Twitter, and even YouTube admitted to it. This is the direction Democrats want to go in. And if you think Biden was bad, imagine what happens when an actual progressive takes the Oval Office, and then we really live under Big Brother's watch. But the core issue remains the desire to create a big government with endless agencies, and most of the time they have overlapping authority. Elon Musk talked about this exact problem during an appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast, so let's hear what he had to say.
But it's even worse than that. Like we're spending money on all these these government agencies, and I actually asked the AI, like, how many government agencies are there, and the government isn't even sure how many government agencies there are. Like so it's like somewhere around 450, depending on what you call an agency. So they're at the federal level. So that's almost twice as many agencies as years that America has existed. So we're creating agencies at roughly 2 agencies a year.
Wow.
Yes. So this is insane. I bet there's like, I wonder if there's even one person who could even name all the 450 agencies at the federal level. There might be no one, but there's hardly anyone. Let's just say. I bet most people couldn't even name 100. You know, so this is crazy. So we've got this vast suffocating federal bureaucracy that just gets bigger every year. If Congress has created an agency, then often if you look at the law is like pretty simple. Like the agency has like a very simple task, but then that agency over time vastly increases its authority and starts doing things that were never authorized by Congress.
You heard that right. According to the Federal Register, we currently have 444 agencies, and based on Statista's 2023 numbers, nearly 20 million people work for the government across federal, state, and local levels. That's almost 6% of the population. And get this, these agencies issue 18.5 regulations for every law Congress writes, with at least 300,000 of them carrying criminal penalties. And when DOJ moved to dismantle U.S. aid, Democrats completely lost it. They fought relentlessly to preserve a bloated system packed with overlapping missions, weak accountability, plus endless red tape. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, keep thinking.